Welcome back to Top 10 Zone, the place where we bring you the best of pop culture and music. Today we're diving into the world of K-pop to reveal the top 10 best singers in the K-pop industry of 2025. From powerhouse vocals to soul-stirring performances, these artists are truly raising the bar. Let's get right into it. Number 10, Boe. When we talk about the foundation of K-pop, the roots, the first heartbeat, the person who laid the bricks for the house that now holds idols, fandoms, stadiums, and dreams, there's one name that echoes louder than the rest: Boe. You know, she isn't just a legend. She's the beginning. Boa, born Kwon Bo-ah, wasn't simply one of the first successful K-pop idols, she was the first global star to make the impossible seem possible. She debuted in 2000, at just 13 years old, with talent so raw and dazzling that the world had no choice but to notice. And from that very moment, she wasn't just making music, she was making history. Number 9, Taemin. In the ever-shifting world of K-pop, where trends come and go and idols rise and fade, some artists transcend time not because they chase fame, but because they define artistry. And if there's one name that stands at the very heart of this timeless excellence, it's Taemin, the enigmatic performer, the soulful singer, the artist who moves like a shadow and sings like a secret whispered under moonlight. You know, Taemin didn't just grow into greatness, he was born with it. And we've watched him evolve like a living legend. Debuting at just 14 years old with SHINee back in 2008, he was the youngest in a group known for their trend-setting style and vocal power. Number 8, Lisa. In the dynamic world of K-pop, where every artist is striving to shine, there are a select few whose brilliance is so unmistakable, so undeniable, that you can't help but be captivated the moment they step on stage. Lisa, born Lalisa Manoble, is one of those rare icons. You know, she's not just a performer, she's a phenomenon. A force of nature wrapped in rhythm, confidence, and charisma. From the very beginning, Lisa was different. Hailing from Thailand and becoming the first non-Korean member of YG Entertainment, her story is one of boldness, resilience, and global unity. When BLACKPINK debuted in 2016, she wasn't just the main dancer and lead rapper, she was the heartbeat of something bigger. Number 7, Jisoo. In the world of K-pop, where charisma often shouts and energy burns bright like fireworks, there's something unforgettable about a quiet, steady flame, a presence so captivating that it doesn't have to beg for attention, because it owns the room with grace. That's Jisoo. Kim Jisoo, the eldest member of BLACKPINK, a woman of poise, power, and unshakable soul, is the embodiment of elegance in an industry that rarely slows down to breathe. You know, when BLACKPINK burst onto the scene in 2016, the world was swept away by their fierce energy, sharp choreography, and unforgettable visuals. Jisoo, often described as the visual of the group. Number 6, Jimin. In the kaleidoscope of K-pop, where dazzling lights, sharp choreography, and chart-topping beats are everywhere, there are a few rare souls who don't just perform, they breathe life into the music. Jimin, born Park Jimin, is one of those extraordinary artists. You know, with just a whisper of his voice or the flick of his wrist in a dance, he commands your full attention not out of force, but because you feel drawn to his presence like gravity. Since BTS debuted, Jimin has stood out as a master of duality, soft and strong, delicate and powerful, angelic and fierce. On stage, he's ethereal. A former contemporary dancer trained in Busan, Jimin doesn't just move, he flows. Immediately stood out not just because of her ethereal beauty, but because of her calm strength. Number 5, J-Hope. In the vast and ever-evolving landscape of K-pop, there are artists who follow the rhythm and then there are those who create it. J-Hope, born Jungkook, is the embodiment of passion, creativity, and versatility. You know, when people talk about multi-talented idols, his name doesn't just come up, it shines. He's a rapper, singer, dancer, choreographer, and producer, but above all, J-Hope is a performer who radiates energy and authenticity. Every stage he steps on feels like a living, breathing expression of joy, grit, and heart. You know that feeling when someone walks into a room and it just gets brighter? That's J-Hope. His stage name isn't just a catchy moniker, it's a promise. Number 4, Rose, BLACKPINK. Rose brings something to K-pop vocals that is hard to teach soul. Her voice is a paradox, soft yet piercing, fragile yet strong. Known for her emotive delivery, Rose's vocal color sets her apart in an industry filled with high-pitched belters. She sings like she's narrating a diary entry, intimate, raw, and full of feeling. Since BLACKPINK's debut, Rose has been the emotional center of the group. Her solo tracks like On the Ground and Gone highlight her vulnerability, while live covers of classics like Coldplay's Fix You and the Beatles' Let It Be show her global appeal. And in 2025, her artistry has deepened. She performs with acoustic bands, experiments with folk pop. Number 3. Jin. In the ever-glowing constellation of K-pop stars, Jin, born Kim Seok-jin, shines like a steady, guiding light. You know, when people talk about legends in the K-pop industry, those whose voices stay in your heart, whose presence leaves a quiet but powerful impact, Jin's name always rises to the top. He's not just a singer. He's a storyteller, a soul soother, and a symbol of warmth and strength. From the very beginning of BTS's journey, Jin has stood out not for flashiness or controversy, but for his steadfast grace, his crystalline vocals, and a smile that could melt the coldest day. You know, Jin didn't come from a professional music background like some of his bandmates. Number 2. Kim Taehyung, BTS. Among the constellation of K-pop stars, Kim Taehyung, known globally as V of BTS, shines with an artistic aura that transcends trends and technical norms. With a voice often described as velvety, husky, and cinematic, V doesn't just sing, he paints emotions. In an industry that often emphasizes high notes and vocal runs, Taehyung stands out for his rich baritone, nuanced phrasing, and deep emotional resonance. He is not just a performer, he is a mood, a storyteller, and an experience. V's voice is one of the rarest in K-pop. While most male idol vocalists sing in the tenor range, Taehyung's natural baritone allows him to bring a warmth and gravity to every track he touches. Number 1. Jungkook, BTS. Jungkook, often referred to as the Golden Maknae of BTS, has long been celebrated for his extraordinary range, vocal control, and versatility. But in 2025, he has evolved far beyond an idol vocalist. He's now regarded as a world-class singer, drawing comparisons to vocal legends across genres. With a tone that's both silky and powerful, Jungkook can handle an array of genres: pop, R&B, rock, EDM, and even jazz-inflected ballads. His breath support, ability to shift between registers seamlessly, and emotive delivery are all signs of rigorous training paired with innate talent. Post-BTS, his solo releases have earned him global acclaim. Songs like Standing Next to You, 7, and Too Sad to Dance show his artistic maturity. He often performs with a live band, something not common in K-pop. That wraps up our list of the top 10 best K-pop singers of 2025. Only the strongest voices made it. Who's your favorite K-pop singers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video from Top 10 Zone.